In July 2022, the James Webb Space Telescope finally opened its $10 billion eye, and within weeks, the internet went into a full-blown existential meltdown. The headlines were screaming, "The Big Bang is dead, standard cosmology is broken." There was even a scientific paper titled "Panic at the Disks." And no, it wasn't about the band. It was about researchers led by Leonardo Ferreira losing their minds over distant disc-shaped galaxies. But why the drama? Because James Webb looked back 13.5 billion years and found something impossible. It found massive, mature, glittering galaxies where there should have only been messy clouds of cold gas. It was like looking at a photo from the Stone Age and seeing a caveman checking his emails on a high-speed laptop. It simply shouldn't be there yet. But before you throw your physics textbooks in the trash, did the Big Bang actually break? Or are we just witnessing the greatest I told you so in the history of science? This wasn't just a few YouTubers making clickbait. Actual experts were caught up in the uproar. Allison Kirkpatrick, an astronomer who initially helped sound the alarm, famously told Nature, "Right now, I find myself lying awake at 3 in the morning, wondering if everything I've done is wrong." Then there was Eric Lerner, a long-time Big Bang skeptic, who wrote a viral article titled "The Big Bang Didn't Happen," claiming James Webb Space Telescope had finally proven him right. To understand why everyone was panicking, you have to understand how JWST actually works. Think of it as a time-traveling heat seeker, and here's why. Remember how we talked about redshift? As the universe expands, it stretches the light waves traveling through it like a cosmic piece of saltwater taffy. If you stretch a light wave enough, it changes color. It goes from blue to green to red, and then it goes invisible. It stretches right out of the visible spectrum and turns into infrared, which is basically just heat. Hubble was like a high-end camera trying to take a picture in a pitch black room. It just couldn't see the heat of those first stars. But JWST is like a pair of high-tech night vision goggles. It doesn't look for light. It looks for that stretched out heat signature. And that's when it saw them, the Schrödinger galaxies. A team led by Ivo Labbé found 6 massive galaxies that appeared just 500 to 700 million years after the Big Bang. According to our current models, the universe shouldn't have had enough time to pull together billions of stars into a neat, organized spiral. These 6 galaxies had as much mass as our Milky Way, which took 13 billion years to get this big. They were basically the bodybuilders of the early universe, ripped, massive, and showing up way too early to the party. This is why scientists informally nicknamed them the universe breakers. The internet's answer? The Big Bang never happened. Einstein was a fraud. Science is a lie. The actual scientific answer? Well, it's a lot more like a cosmic optical illusion. So, how does a galaxy fake being massive? It turns out we weren't just looking at stars. When scientists like Hyerin Cho zoomed in on these universe breakers, they noticed they were all incredibly red and compact. In the research papers, they started calling them little red dots. Here's the trick. Normally, to weigh a galaxy, you measure its light. More light usually means more stars. But these galaxies were harboring a secret: supermassive black holes. These black holes are messy eaters. As they swallow gas and dust, that material spins around them at millions of miles per hour, heating up until it glows brighter than billions of stars combined. This is called an active galactic nucleus. It's like looking at a stadium from 100 miles away. If there's a massive, blinding spotlight in the center of the field, the whole stadium looks like one giant, glowing blob of light. From that distance, you'd assume the entire stadium is packed with people, when really, it's just one incredibly bright bulb in the middle of an empty park. Once astronomers accounted for the spotlight, the estimated number of stars plummeted. They weren't universe breakers anymore. They were just normal, small, baby galaxies that happened to have very loud, very hungry black holes at their centers. The Big Bang wasn't failing the test. We were just misreading the results. So, does this mean the chaos chaos is over? Not exactly. While the little red dots explained away the impossible mass, James Webb Space Telescope did find that galaxies were forming faster than we predicted. But here's the thing, that's not a disproof of the Big Bang. That's an upgrade. Science isn't a set of ancient stone tablets that shatter if you find one new piece of data. It's more like a massive global software update. We didn't break the Big Bang. We just realized our early universe 1.0 settings were a bit too conservative. It turns out that when you put that much gas and gravity in one place, the universe doesn't take its time. It gets to work immediately. The headlines you see about Einstein being wrong or the Big Bang being a lie are usually just clickbait designed to make you feel like everything is a conspiracy. But the real story is much cooler. We're watching the story of our origins being rewritten in real time with better data and higher resolution. So, the next time you see a headline claiming that a new telescope broke the universe, don't panic. Just remember, the universe isn't broken. It's just finally showing us the parts of the photo we were too blind to see.